Where the Crawdads Sing is the newest movie out on the big screen for you guys to go and check out. This movie is based on a book. That's right, a book. I've never read the book, so I have no pre-bias when it comes to that stuff. So this was completely new to me. And in this movie, we follow a young girl who grows up in the marshlands with no family and has to survive and then gets accused for murder. Now, I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts on this movie. Let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think of it? And especially you people who have read the book. I want to know how you guys feel about this movie, because normally when you read a book and you see the movie, there's a big, big difference. And yeah, I want to know. So smash it down below, smash that like button, click subscribe, and let's get straight to this review right now.
Every creature does what it must to survive.
Okay, so Where the Crawdads Sing. This is a movie that I didn't even know was coming out until I saw the trailer a couple of weeks ago. I saw the trailer for it, and I tell you what, the trailer grabbed me straight away. I was like, yo, this actually looks really good. So I was actually excited going into this movie. Really excited. And I came out not disappointed at all. I know that a lot of critics don't like this movie. Like, that's like 36% on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that. But for me personally, I actually really, really enjoyed this movie a lot. Is it perfect? No. Does it have a few flaws? Yes, it does have flaws. Like every movie, there's always flaws. But it'd be disingenuine of me to say that, oh yeah, I didn't like this film because everyone else doesn't. No, I actually really like this film. And there's many reasons why. Reason number one is the performance from Daisy Edgar Jones. She is a future star in the making. She is outstanding in this movie. She completely carries this movie on her shoulders. She's fantastic when it comes to the emotional scenes. She's fantastic when she's playing the shy, outsider, not into the world sort of person. She really nails that aspect. That to me was fantastic. Like, I believe that she actually grew up in the marsh, because the way that she performed, the way that they were able to write her character, really came off with that fish out of water vibe when she come to the city. It made sense. And when she was in her element, she was out and about. But then when she does create bonds with another person, she comes out of her shell to them. And that's what I like, because that just felt very natural. It felt like a natural thing that we do. Is we're very shy and reserved at the start, but once we get to know the other person, they get to know us, we start to open up. And that really, really worked for me. She has a tragic story as well. Like, it's very, very tragic. Like, I understand her motive and her emotions. And at one point in this movie, I was like devastated for her. I was like, yo, I wouldn't blame you if you just gave up right now, because that's what you're going through. It's the same thing happening. And when they're telling the story, you see the progression of that begin and then follow through from her family to where she is now. And that all worked really, really well for me. I really enjoyed that. I thought the way that they wrote Tate as well, he was great. I liked him. He makes a bit of a dick move in this movie, but it's like one that you can forgive. But it really hurts her because of what happened to her in her past. So that I understood as well. For her, it's elevated, and that made sense. The other guy. I mean, what more can you say about him? You want to root for him at the start, and then he just turns out to be the biggest douchebag, and you're kind of like, what? What's going on here? Like, what? And it's just, and when the reveal happens, you're kind of just like, damn. Wow. Like, okay then. Makes sense. It actually made sense. So that all worked for me. The story worked as well. It made sense. It sort of felt like Just Mercy meets To Kill a Mockingbird. That's what this movie felt like, with the whole trial and everything like that. Like, you have this lawyer who I absolutely loved in this film as well. I thought he was great because he didn't have to stick his neck out and do this, but he chose to do this and stick up for her when she has no one that can do that for her. He stands there and he makes it his goal, just like in A Kill a Mockingbird and just like in Just Mercy, to make sure that she gets the fair trial that she deserves and she gets treated fairly. Love that. And I love the ending sequence with him. I thought that was great, and it just come full circle, and it was really, really good. I also love the couple that run the store. I love them so much. And there's this one moment that broke, like almost completely broke me, was when she comes into the store and he's there, and like he just gets really emotional with her and that, and it just hit me like really hard. Like they were the only ones really there for her growing up. Like she grew up when she was a little kid in the marshes, and these were the two people that were helping her out constantly, constantly, constantly guiding her. And that was just such a heartbreaking moment. I was like, yo, that's just fantastic. So I love all that. The cinematography is fantastic as well. I really love it. It was gorgeous. Like the whole scenery of the marsh, everything was just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Loved it. Loved the score and the music as well. Thought it fit very, very well. Now, some of the issues I have, personally, I know that some people will say, oh, she's all tiny and that for living in the marsh. But then when you really see how she's living in the marsh, it's understandable why she is still tidy and she's not just muddy everywhere. So that criticism to me doesn't make any sense, because we do see her as a little girl, grubby. But as she gets older, she obviously knows how to take care of herself. She washes her clothes. Like she's not an animal like Tarzan living in the jungle completely. No, she's still near a town. She's still near water and everything like that, so she can still wash. So that criticism to me doesn't make any sense at all, because watching it, I'm like, yeah, I can see why she's still tidy in that, like why she takes pride in herself, and you see that progression throughout the movie. So that to me is nothing. But my main criticism, sorry, are the way that they told the story with the flashbacks, cutting in between that and the present time. It worked, but it also didn't at the same time. It sort of felt like they didn't know how they were going to tell this story. Were they going to tell it from the start as her growing up to where it is now? But like the flashbacks, they sort of do fit, but they sort of don't fit at the same time. So I would like it if they kind of sharpened that up a bit. It's the same with the pacing. There is a bit of a pacing issue in this film. It does feel a bit longer than it should be. So I would like them to tighten that up and really make it a bit more crisp. And then I think you will see a massive, massive improvement. Like this goes straight up as like one of the best for me in the year. Like I really, really enjoyed this movie. So I think they can do those things as well. I'm not fully sure if they had murderized tinnies back in the 1950s and 60s. I'm not 100% sure about that. So I don't know. So if they did, then that's fine. But if they didn't, then that's kind of a bit of a, well, they weren't really existing. But I don't know that. I'm not 100% sure on that. If you guys know, let me know in the comments below. But that could be an issue. But overall, I really, really enjoyed this film. I really, really did. I really liked it. I thought the performance from Daisy was absolutely outstanding. She's a future star, and I cannot wait to see what more she can do on the big screen. I want to see more of her now. So yeah, so let me know in the comments below. What did you guys think? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. See you guys next video. Till then, stay safe. Peace out.